directed to start public campaigns from Wednesday, June 19th till the midnight of November 14th, 2026. A federal high court in Kano has ruled that it has the jurisdiction to hear a suit regarding the Kano Emirates tussle between Lamido Sanusi and Aminu Bayero. The suit filed by Aminu Babadan Angundu and Serki Dawaki Baba of the Kano Emirates seeks to restrain the respondents from enforcing, implementing, and operationalizing the repealed law that reinstated Sanusi as Emir of Kano. The respondents in the suit are the Kano State Government, the Kano State House of Assembly, the Speaker of the State House of Assembly, and the Attorney General of Kano. Others are the Kano State Commissioner of Police, the Inspector General of Police, the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, and the Department of State Security Services. At the previous court sections, MS Waziri, counsel to the applicant, submitted that the court will hear the matters as it borders on fundamental human rights. The applicant, as a member of the Kano Emirates Kingmakers, ought to have been involved in the reinstatement of the new emir, Waziri told the court. Responding, Mahmoud Magaji, counsel for the first and fourth respondents, urged the court to decline the jurisdiction to entertain the matter. Also, Ibrahim Wangida, counsel for the second and third respondents, aligned himself with the submission of Magaji. The 2019 Kano Emirates Council law, which gave power to the applicant at the time of filing his action, was abolished, so he ceased to be a kingmaker as of the time he filed the action because the governor had already assented to the law, Wangida said. Delivering the ruling on Thursday, Liman Muhammad, the presiding judge, held that the applicant is at liberty to contest the legality of his dethronement. Sanusi was reinstated as emir by Abba Yusuf, governor of Kano, at a colorful ceremony in the government house on May 29th. The Kano State House of Assembly repealed the law that Abdullahi Ganduje, the former governor of the state, used to depose and exile Sanusi in 2020. The repeal paved the way for the reinstatement of Sanusi and the dethronement of Ado Bayero. The Kano State Command has banned Durbar activities during the forthcoming Eid al-Kabir celebration in the state. A statement issued on Thursday by the State Commissioner of Police, Hussein Gumel, noted that the ban became necessary to sustain the peace by the police command in conjunction with all the relevant security stakeholders. Gumel, however, advised worshippers to conduct their normal Eid prayers at the various designated praying grounds, as was traditionally done in the past. The commissioner said the command would want to see continued collaboration and cooperation from all stakeholders to collectively work together to build a safer and more secure environment. 3 persons have died following the collapse of a mining pit in the Anduno community by Koro local government area of Niger State. The Director General of the Niger State Emergency Management Agency, Abdullahi Baba Ara, confirmed the death of 3 persons and the rescue of 1 person in the community. According to the DG, all those trapped were recovered from the pits following community efforts. The mining site is said to be an illegal mining site that attracts mostly women and children from the community. Earlier, the state chairman of the Miners Association of Nigeria, Yusuf Shuaibu, told Channels Television that the pit caved in around 10 a.m., trapping an unconfirmed number of workers. He added that the association had mobilized a team for on-the-spot assessment of the scene of the incident with support from the government of Niger State. The Federal Capital Territory Police Command has said it successfully tracked a criminal syndicate specialized in the sales of already registered SIM cards to criminals across the nation's capital. The syndicates were arrested according to the police on May 29th, after weeks of intelligence trailing led by the State Intelligence Department led by ACP Mohammed S. Baba. While parading the suspect, the FCT Police Commissioner CP Bennett Igwe said the syndicate operated with other people's identities on the SIM, on the NIM and SIM card to avoid being traced or tracked. We discovered that there were a lot of broken SIM cards, about 20 to 30 SIM cards broken, this special in Kaduna State. We recovered the machines and what they used to produce the SIM cards. The suspects have all confessed to the crime and will be charged to court at the conclusion of the investigation. Speaking to journalists, the suspects confessed to the crime, stated that they used the biometrics of a few people to register many. Although they denied conniving metric verification scanners to register unsuspecting members of the public randomly in Kaduna and Abuja communities. The suspects are Ndubisi Oke, John Jock, Nafiu Tijani, a dispatcher, Nasiru Suleiman, John Njoku, and Suleiman Musa. The command also paraded other suspects involved in car theft and no fewer than 7 firearms, 6 vehicles, 3 fingerprint machines, and 1 Gioni phone were recovered by the operatives. Meanwhile, CP Bennett Igwe has reiterated his commitment and willingness to always work with residents of FCT to defeat crime in all its form in the nation's capital. If you are just joining us, you are watching the news on Asset Television.
Welcome to Asset Television, your best station for news, politics, business, sports and entertainment. Your one-stop channel, Asset Television. Welcome to Asset Television, your best station for news, politics, business, sports and entertainment. Your one-stop channel, Asset Television.
Welcome back. Nigerian pilgrims in white seamless Hiram dress began their slow and steady trek to the tent city of Mina on Thursday night ahead of the day of Arafat scheduled for Saturday. More than 1.5 million pilgrims from around the world readied themselves for once-in-a-lifetime journey of faith. NAN reports that pilgrims will spend the Tawira Day on Friday in the sprawling tent city, marking the beginning of this year's Hajj. They will spend the Tawahari Day in prayers and meditation in their tents in preparation for Saturday standing at the Arafat, the pinnacle of the annual pilgrimage of Hajj. According to the Saudi Gazette, the Saudi authorities have mobilized all their human and material resources to make the pilgrimage hassle-free and a great success. The Saudi Ministry of Environment, Water and Agriculture has mobilized more than 2,000 employees to provide water services for pilgrims. The head of Nigeria's medical team for the 2024 Hajj urged pilgrims to drink water regularly to avoid dehydration. He also emphasized the need for pilgrims required to drink water more than 2 liters of water daily. He said that the temperature in the Holy Land may likely rise up to 48 degrees Celsius. World Bank approved $2.25 billion loan to support Nigeria. I take again. The World Bank has approved a 2.5 billion naira loan package to support Nigeria's economic reform initiatives. The loan is aimed at stabilizing the economy for the Nigerian Reforms for Economic Stabilization to Enable Transformation program and $750 million for the Nigeria Accelerating Resource Mobilization Reforms program. The World Bank emphasized Nigeria's commitment to implementing essential reforms, including unifying exchange rates, adjusting gasoline prices, and tightening monetary policy to reduce inflation. The loan aims to support Nigeria in strengthening its economic policy framework, creating fiscal space, and protecting vulnerable populations. Nigeria's Finance Minister Wale Edu expressed appreciation for the World Bank's support, stating that the reforms aim to restore macroeconomic stability and create quality jobs and economic opportunities for all Nigerians. The World Bank's Vice President for Western and Central Africa, Usman Diagana, praised Nigeria's effort, noting that the reforms place the country on a new path towards economic stability and poverty reduction. The loan package reinforces the World Bank's partnership with Nigeria and its commitment to supporting economic reforms in Africa. Multi-choice net position, also called shareholders fund, turned negative after its liabilities exceeded its assets at the end of the financial year. South African-based satellite television service provider MultiChoice reported loss making for the year ended 31st March 2024 after incurring a net loss of $225.8 million at current exchange rate. The company recorded loss for the second year running, its audited accounts released on Wednesday showed. Shares in the company dropped by 0.25% on the Johannesburg Stock Exchange following the news. The latest loss compares to a loss after tax of 2.9 billion rands recorded in the corresponding period 2023 and was driven by net foreign exchange translation losses of 6 billion rands. The substantial net foreign exchange translation losses resulted from losses on USD denominated statement. Revenue dropped by 5.9% to 55 billion rands due to a slide in subscription fees. MultiChoice's primary income source, general and administrative expenses, jumped to 18.4 billion rands from 16.6 billion rands a year earlier after surges in employee costs and software license expenses, weakening operating profit. The subscriber base fell by 9% owing to a 13% drop in subscription rate outside its base in South Africa. MultiChoice noted that Nigeria, Zambia and Angola were the most affected, while South African businesses were more resilient, posting a 5% decline. Loss before taxation stood at 706 million rands compared to a pre-tax profit of 921 million rands a year earlier. The Nigerian Football Federation says it will employ an expatriate technical advisor for the Super Eagles in the coming weeks. The decision is contained in a communique issued on Thursday in Abuja at the Federation's Executive Committee hybrid meeting. The board expressed displeasure with the poor attitude of some of the players to the national assignment and unanimously decided in favor of a more robust scouting program of outstanding Nigeria eligible players from across the four corners of the universe who can add tremendous value to the nation's flagship team, the communique reads in part. The NFF also apologized to Nigerians for the Super Eagles' poor start to the 2026 World Cup qualifiers with a pledge to beef up the technical department. Super Eagles head coach Finidi George has come under heavy criticism following the team's 1-1 draw with South Africa in Uyo and a 2-1 loss to Benin Republic in the World Cup qualifier. Institutions highlighting how Huduma centers across the country offer the best services to their customers as opposed to other government entities. Every institution and ministry must ensure their staff are undertaking this training to ensure the Huduma Kenya standardized service is shared across all public servants, he said. Public Service Cabinet Secretary Moses Kuria, who was also in attendance, noted that this partnership will extend the Huduma DNA to other public service sector. He further said the collaboration is going to take the Hudama service DNA into the rest of the public service since it is doing well with standardized customer service. KSG chairperson Charles Nyachi termed this training as a way of breaking barriers to enhance better public service through revolutionized KSG chairperson Charles Nyachi termed this training as a way of breaking barriers to enhance better public service through a revolutionization of service delivery. South Africa's African National Congress ANC and Democratic Alliance, the two biggest parties in the newly elected parliament, have reached a deal to form a unity government that also includes the Inkatha Freedom Party and Patriotic Alliance, public broadcaster reported on Friday. Cyril Ramaphosa is said to be re-elected as president under the unity government deal, according to the news website Times Live. The deal will see the DA take the deputy speaker of the National Assembly position. The Russian embassy in Nigeria has firmly denied allegation that Nigerian students in Russia are being forced into joining the military to support Moscow's invasion of Ukraine. The denial comes in response to a Bloomberg report claiming that the claims, describing them as false and detrimental to Russian-Nigeria relations. The Nigerian government also responded, categorically denying that any Nigerian students were being coerced into joining the Russian military. The controversy comes amid Russian president's attempts to recruit Africans to fight in Ukraine, according to a tweet from the UK Ministry of Defense cited in its journal. The update specifies that this recruitment effort focused on